me, Nina Fitzhugh-Wells, here at the MCV Pulmonary Support Group meeting, and it has been quite rewarding. And so I'm sitting here right now with the head man in charge, Dr. Grennan at MCV, and he heads up pulmonology here, Dr. Dan Grennan. So Dr. Grennan, thank you. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
I just have a couple of questions for you. And you guys, let me just say really quickly, MCV has been my lifesaver, okay? So back in, many of you who know me know that way back in 2011, I was really in a bad way and almost didn't make it. But you guys here at MCV really stepped in and stepped up in ways that I never thought were possible. So tell me a little bit, Dr. Grennan, about what it is that you do, and then why you feel that not just seeing patients every day is important, but to add in these components.
That's a good question. So a lot of what I do is see people with pulmonary hypertension who've been diagnosed with that. And this pulmonary hypertension support group was going on when I joined in 2006. So I think it started somewhere around 2001, 2002. The idea was a great one. It was that if you have a group of people that come together, and some people have pulmonary hypertension, some people have relatives with pulmonary hypertension, and some people are practitioners, that good things will happen, basically through communication, sometimes in unexpected ways. Sometimes with two patients talking with each other, they learn a lot about what's going on, what different options are, and sometimes through different providers talking together. So lots of different ways to communicate to be helpful with the general idea of just improving awareness, improving education about pulmonary hypertension.
That's good. And do you feel that by doing this that it has helped the patient even to progress in a more positive direction?
Absolutely. I am a big believer that a lot of dealing with pulmonary hypertension and living well with pulmonary hypertension has to do with being educated about pulmonary hypertension. And this is truly a disease like many, where the more you know and understand, the better off you are.
You talked a lot about, during the symposium, you talked a lot about future possibilities and research and so forth. How hopeful are you that we'll be able to possibly reach it sometime in the future?
Very hopeful. I think the hope is also in the past, that you look at the ground that's been made over 20 years, and pulmonary hypertension has changed from a problem that people were dying of. I know that every problem with the human body, people can die, but many people are living so well with it, and it seems to be a treatable condition for many, many people. So there's so much hope in that, and the idea in the future that there are many different scientists all over the world working not only to get treatments better, but to try to cure it is really important.
And that is good, because that hope is good for us as patients to have, to help motivate us to keep going and doing all we can to get better and better and better, as I have. So, you go from being 5 liters of oxygen down to 2, 3. You go from being in a wheelchair to walking around, and in my case, sometimes running around. And so progress is being made based on what you've already done. So I'm excited about the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, you guys, we are back together again. This is my pulmonologist, Janet Henson. She is nurse practitioner at the Medical College of Virginia in Richmond, Virginia. And Janet, I've never formally said thank you on camera, so now you have it.
Wow.
I thank her so much. She stepped into my life at a time, you guys know how bad off I was, and she's been with me all the way. And she takes care of me medically, sometimes mentally, and spiritually. So I really appreciate her. But Janet, tell the audience what it's been like to have me as your patient.
Wonderful. Good experience.
Thank you.
You've come so far.
Thank
It's
you.
been amazing to watch where you were and where you are now. You're in such a better place. You're a different woman than when I met you.
Thank you. I think so. And I love her. And I appreciate and respect her and everything that she does. So I listen. Yes, you guys, Nina listens. Okay, so thank you, Janet, for your time.
You are so welcome.
Appreciate you. Okay, you guys, I am here with Christine, better known as Chris. and she is kind of like the head coordinator, if you will, for the pulmonary rehab support group. And they just put on a dynamic symposium, if you will, today, and I learned a lot. And they served us good food, and we shared a lot. So I'm really excited about that, and I have a particular interest in knowing more. So I'm here with Chris, who can probably share with you a lot more in better ways than I can. Thank you so much for agreeing to give me your time and interview with me. First of all, why a support group?
Well, I think with the support groups for this, people think pulmonary hypertension is maybe a stigma for them. They don't like to talk about. This is a new day and age where it's all right to talk about the diseases and the things that are happening to you with people who are having the same problem. Because without that support, sometimes you feel like you're alone.
Yes.
So that's why I like the group. It's only 4 times a year. Sometimes it's serious conversation, like earlier. Sometimes, gotta have fun. You gotta laugh. You can't say because you got it, or whether you're on oxygen, or you have a pump, or whatever it is, that you're dead, that you have no life. You have to be able to move on. Everybody has a bad day. Medication makes it worse. You could be off, but you can talk about those things. Something may trigger it, or you'll have to be a little depressed because you got this disease.
Yeah.
You want to talk to somebody who has it.
Yes.
To understand what you're going through and say, okay, that's happened to me. But we move on, and but I'm here to listen or whatever it is, and
Right.
talk about it. That's the easy part. The
Yes.
hard part is actually getting up to go.
Yeah.
But if you know you have people there that care, your doctors care, and if you have a way of getting there, there's no reason for you not to.
Yeah. Getting there is half the battle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And by doing that, you meet new people,
Yeah.
you talk to new people, you speak, you learn new things.
Yeah.
You may have something that you want to teach, or you want to ask. There's questions. You don't have to ask them in an office setting,
Yeah.
because there are people who are with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference.
That's the difference. Yeah, and it's a good difference too, because again, I got a lot of it today, and this was my first
that's good.
one.
I'm glad.
Yeah, and so I will definitely be back to the Christmas party. Yes, we must party together.
That'll be a blast. We're working on that, and usually it's me. Any questions, I'm usually way open for
Awesome.
anybody to call me. So, however you want to meet.
Yeah,
I'm
awesome.
good.
Thank you so much.
You're
like
welcome,
I said,
Nina.
Laura and those have been telling me about you for quite a while, so I'm glad to meet you.
I'm very popular amongst DCU.
Well, a special thanks to Chris for her time and for her knowledge and wisdom and her passion and compassion. So I'm excited about the future things that the group will be doing, and we look forward to more coming from MCV and the Pulmonary Hypertension Department. Thanks, you guys, and talk with you soon. Bye. Bye.